Alright, y'all, what is good? Welcome back to another video. Today, 5 times Michael Jordan sought revenge, because I know a lot of y'all Jordan fans. Even though I'm a LeBron fan, don't hate on me. A lot of y'all think Jordan's the GOAT, and I understand it. I think LeBron's the GOAT, and of course people ain't going to agree with me, but that's just me, man. But look, before we get started, make sure you like, comment, share, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, join the team. Follow me on all the socials down below, man. I'm gonna try to I want to try to get verified on there, but I'm gonna be tweeting like a lot of sports stuff and quoting different sports things. So follow me on at least Twitter. Follow me on the socials, man. But let's get started. Michael Jordan. Let's see how this man will get revenge on people. Cause we know how intense this man Jordan was.
Paul, are you okay? You should have left him on the street where you found him.
Get off me, man! Right on here, huh?
Here we go.
Get him out of here, brother!
You knocked him down. Why don't you try knocking me down now?
Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring. Get out of here.
My ring's outside.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
There's nothing like some good old revenge. It leaves you with a satisfying feeling like you're on top of the world. And Michael Jordan certainly has had his fair share of that experience.
The finger. Everybody know about that one.
Provoke him in any way.
I ain't gonna lie, this man Jordan is he's okay. As far as NBA players is concerned, there will never be anyone as big or as famous as Jordan. Like, there just won't be. Like, MJ, Michael Jackson, and Michael Jordan had two totally different type of fames. I'm talking totally different, man. You'll never see that again.
He turns psychotic. Once you poke the bear, it's too late. You better believe he's going after you.
You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you. I'm the man up in this piece. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
So sit back and relax as we go through some of the best Michael Jordan
I love the revenge
stories.
I know these finna be crazy.
Contrary to popular belief, Jordan does have the ability to get along with his opponents. He didn't feel like being intense all the time. Playing golf was his go-to off-the-court activity, and didn't mind
that
if
man
a
was
player
friends with.
wanted to tag along.
He was
That
rarely friends
hospitality
with other
wasn't
players.
fooling Jeff Van Gundy. Van Gundy said that MJ would befriend his opponents, making them think that he's a nice guy, just to gain a competitive advantage.
His way is to befriend.
See, that's crazy to me. Like, y'all remember when, like, y'all know how nowadays people are like, the league is too friendly. Back in my day, we weren't that friendly. But here it shows Jordan, the best player to most people. They have Jordan, the best player ever, was friendly to people. And what's gonna call him out? Jeff Van Gundy. But you don't hear anyone talking about this whole thing. People were still friends in the 90s, man.
Friend them to soften them up, make them feel like
everyone just hated each other.
And then he goes out there and physically tries to destroy him.
And if Van Gundy thought that he could get away with that without any consequences, he was wrong. He made those comments the day before his
but they put it on
Knicks
first
were about
thing
to
on the
play
news.
Chicago Bulls. And the next morning, his quotes were all over the Chicago newspaper. And that's when Jordan saw what he said. And that only gave him extra motivation.
They said, you hear what Jeff Van Gundy said?
It was January 21st, 1997, Knicks visiting Chicago. Once the ball was thrown up in the air, it was time for some sweet revenge. Michael had a personal vendetta for Van Gundy.
Had on the taxi 12.
Jordan gets his first of the night.
I think he felt he got pushed a little bit.
Michael Jordan with the assist, and then he glanced over at the New York bench.
Yeah, I know you feel it in my eyes. You over here sweating, getting nervous when they start staring at you like, you be like, oh man, you be sitting over here trying not to make eye contact, like, oh man, what did I just do?
Jeff Van Gundy, fourth quarter, 1:10 to go. Jordan in the post over Houston. Jordan joined with Jeff Van Gundy.
Jordan was cursing at Jeff Van Gundy
He was cussing him
the
out
entire game.
Jordan with 49.
Well, if I was Jeff Van Gundy, I'm not gonna lie to you. See, I'm a snitch. I'll snitch if it helps us get the win. But I look at the refs. Y'all hear how he talking to me? Y'all listen to Jordan. Look how Jordan talking to me, man. Y'all got to watch him out. And you know the league. You know the league go protect Jordan. They'll throw Jeff Van Gundy out before they throw Jordan out. Jordan can cuss Jeff Van Gundy out like a dog. It don't matter what. But if Jeff Van Gundy says stop or something like that, dude, don't you? How dare you tell Jordan to stop? How dare you talk to Mike that way? Look. I'd try to get him teed up. I would.
MJ ended the game with 51 points, doing exactly what he planned to do. He was unstoppable.
Jeff Van Gundy nervous.
MJ
Look at
ended
him.
the game
Watch
with
him.
51 points,
What I
doing
do.
exactly what
They've
he
been
planned
like,
to do.
what did
He
I
was
just do?
unstoppable, but he wasn't done yet. It was
Yeah,
said
my job
that
on the
immediately
line.
after the game, he ran to find Jeff Van Gundy once again and continued
That's
to push him out
petty.
in the tunnel. Then
That's
Van
petty.
Gundy tried to backtrack what he said during a post-game interview.
What's that now? I couldn't hear you.
regret saying some of the things throughout the course of the week about
That man look like. This man look like he just gone through like. You know how you lose in the finals or something, and you just like right after the finals, the coach is emotional because they lost, so he crying and stuff. This man look like he just busted out crying, like he just got done crying his eyes out.
Post-game
Look.
interview.
Listen to his voice. What's that? What'd you say? Look,
What's that now? I couldn't hear you.
regret saying some of the things throughout the course
eyes
of the week
red. That
about
man
Michael
was
Jordan.
crying,
I
boy.
didn't say anything this week about it.
What did you say to him after that last basket?
Some choice words.
Can you give us a clean version?
He said no.
Now, you would think that
There is no
Jordan
clean
would learn
version.
from Van Gundy's mistake, considering this matchup was only 1 week after that Knicks game.
Did he touch him on the
It
chin?
was only 1 week after that Knicks game.
You know, a few weeks ago, Knicks coach Jeff Van Gundy, in effect, called Michael Jordan a con man. He reacted with a 51-point game. Well, this week, as you've seen in the pregame,
Jordan Carl said the same
George
thing.
Karl said Michael Jordan was playing as if he didn't want to get hurt. I asked Michael about that, and he said George Karl is just playing mind games.
As you just heard right there, earlier that week, as George Karl's Supersonics were getting ready to face the Bulls, he said that Michael Jordan basically became a jump shooter in order to avoid getting hurt while driving to the hoop. And he went on to say that Jordan changed his game because he could no longer fly to the basket for dunks, and that he was holding back in order to protect himself in the
This is a way to get to someone's head. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yes, I'm gonna shoot jumpers if I'm not getting hit and you still can't stop me. I'll shoot as many jumpers as I want. Yes, I will. This is the dumbest. You'd be like, okay, what do you want? I guess he's trying to egg them to go to the basket, which it doesn't matter. If Jordan says yes, I'm shooting jumper because I want to get hurt, and he still dropped 40 on you, it didn't work. What you try to do
stages
didn't
of his
work.
career. The air has gone out of Jordan's life.
Yo, it's like you know what it's like? It's like he say you don't want to get Jordan only shooting jumper because he doesn't want to get hurt. So now you jump shooter. Jordan's like, yeah, now what? Then you're stuck. If he's like, yeah, I only shoot jumper because of that. I guess your plan failed or backfired because he's still gonna drop 40 on you shooting jumpers only.
And Michael did not hesitate to quickly respond. Quote, I'm not scared to go anywhere on the court.
Ooh.
When teams give me the jump shot, I'll take it. If they take away the lanes, I'll go for the jump shot.
Facts.
And Ron Harper had some advice for Karl. If I was Coach Karl, I'd be quiet. To say anything about Michael's game is ridiculous. Even though Michael did get his point across verbally, you know he wasn't finished with George Karl yet. It was February 1st, 1997, about 8 months after the Bulls defeated Seattle in the 96 finals. And right out of the gate, instead of falling for the trap and driving to the basket
That's what I'm saying.
like
That
Coach
doesn't
Karl
make
wanted,
sense.
Jordan did the exact thing Karl was talking about, shoot multiple jump shots. MJ was on fire,
It
even
doesn't make
shooting a
sense.
half-court shot right in front of George Karl.
Cross the midcourt line. Michael Jordan from
That doesn't work. I don't know why he thought this would work.
such an amazing distance.
All he can do is shoot jumpers, and he's still leading the league in scoring. Did you get what you wanted?
Continued to dominate with his jump shot all night long, making Coach Carl feel stupid for ever opening his mouth.
Coach Carl had made the comments that Michael Jordan may be becoming too much of a jump shooter. Well, here's a jump shot on a little hesitation move over her.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't even matter. You still can't stop him. I'd be so mad.
Just saying, there's your jump shot.
Eventually, it was getting ridiculous.
Ooh.
Jordan could not be stopped, as he ultimately ended the game with 40.
You know how demoralizing it is? Bill Jordan, he's only a jump shooter now. And this was after he beat y'all in the finals. Like, you just took an L from this man in the biggest game, biggest stage possible. And now you want to talk after he beat you with the best team, one of the best teams of all time.
45 points.
Make that make sense. Make that make sense.
Trying not to be hurt. Was that motivation for you today?
You know, I think Carl, what he's saying is, you know, more or less trying to get me to go to the hole. I'm going to shoot my jump shot. Defense will give me the jump shot. I'm going to take it. If they want to let me go to the hole, open up the lane. I go to the hole.
After the game,
I'm saying don't make sense.
commented again, saying, "I'm surprised the coaches don't learn. Every time they say something about Michael, it hurts their team." Well, this next coach, John Calipari,
I heard about this. This is insane to me. He was scared to look Jordan in the eyes. Like,
actually did learn to keep quiet. He saw what happened to the last two coaches.
they said Jordan got annoyed with his coaching, so he went off. That's the most disrespectful.
The 98 Bulls were determined to complete their
That's disrespectful,
and their
man.
first opponent in the 98 playoffs were the New Jersey Nets, with John Calipari as their head coach. The first two games of the series were close, but Chicago found a way to get both victories, and they only needed to win one more game to sweep the Nets. Since this was back when the first round was the best of five, New Jersey went into Game 3 believing that they had a great chance to win this one, considering they were so close to winning the other two games. But when you're facing a man that literally makes up scenarios in his head in order to just find anything that will fuel him,
That's
you're
insane.
probably in trouble.
If you don't think that's insanity, I don't know what you... He's making up stuff in his head just to get angry. If that's not craziness, I don't know what it is at this point. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, you're in your... He's making stuff up in his head. Like, you think about that. Like, have you... who's done this, made stuff up in their head? Like, think about what this man... Like, what was going through this... What was going through Jordan's head? Like, this man talked about my wife and kids. 40, 60. Like, he's just making stuff up. None of that's true. None of that happened.
You see, Coach
That's
Calipari
insanity.
didn't necessarily do anything wrong in this particular instance. He didn't say a single word to or about Jordan, but he didn't have to. It was just the way he coached that rubbed
That's
Jordan the wrong
ridiculous.
way. Michael said he found it very annoying that John Calipari was always screaming towards his players at the top of his lungs, running up and down the court. He thought he was overdoing
they
it
gotta
with
show
his
the
sideline
picture.
antics, and said that he doesn't know how the Nets players deal with him. Well, it looked
Look
like
at
Jordan
that.
found
He looked like he's gonna, like... it looked like he's gonna sucker punch him.
his reason.
Look how he's looking at him. That's not even... That's not... That, Kobe has a look... Because Kobe is like the... Like, okay, you have Jordan, right? Jordan's Jordan. But, like, the new... Like, the new era with, like, new age or whatever. Not new age. Like, the new... Modern day game, I should say. Kobe is the closest thing we see to Jordan, and something happened with Kobe's eyes when you could tell he real locked in, and it looked just like this. It looked just like this. I'm talking exactly like this.
To go ahead and torch them. He went.
Look how he's looking at him. I'd be scared that he gonna swing on me. I can't.
With it.
I would never turn my back. That's what what's it called? Will Smith did with Chris Rock when he hit Chris Rock. Turned it back. I'd never turn my back on someone looking at me like
never
that.
looked back.
And here's Jordan left open for the three, and he's got it.
That's like he really wants to beat me up.
Weapon for the Bulls against
I would never.
This year. Jordan working against Kittles. Gets Kittles in the air, and Jordan hits.
Oh, that's tough.
Jay, 4 fouls.
Jordan coming around a Rodman screen hits. Michael Jordan now with 36 points. He's hardly missed from the field.
Major striking distance here, and like we say, they play in peaks and valleys.
Michael Jordan.
This doesn't even look. It's not even fair.
Michael finished off the Nets with 38 points, and later after the game, John Calipari said this about Jordan.
That looks scary, man. Look at that.
I didn't stare back. There was one thing I would never do as a coach: say anything to Michael.
I gotta give it to Mike. You gotta give it to Mike. Mike scared everyone. He said I wouldn't dare stare at Mike. Like that's crazy to say as a human being. I would never dare to.
Jordan,
like that's craziness.
If he wants to stare at me, I'm not going to say anything to him.
He should have stared right back.
Man, no matter.
It looked like we already gonna lose. I would have.
Next player was.
But I would have looked at him like that, like I was talking about. Boy, we would have looked right back at him. What? Like y'all know the college sexton, how the dude was staring and he stared. He should have done that.
It was 1994.
Coach Cass should have done that, man.
Baseball days. Brian Russell, who was a member of the Utah Jazz, was preparing to play Chicago in an upcoming game. So the night before, he went to go work out, and that's when he saw Michael Jordan with his baseball trainer and thought it was the perfect opportunity to introduce himself. So he went up to MJ and said, "Why'd you quit? Why did you retire? I really wanted to get the chance to guard you and defend you because I know I can stop you."
That man was talking crazy. That man said, "Why'd you quit? Why'd you stop?"
Dumbass motherfucker.
And Jordan just laughed it off and acted like he wasn't even bothered. But we all know Michael made sure to remember.
Yeah, Michael crazy.
Now fast forward to 1996. Jordan was back in the league. And when he played Utah, he was well aware that Russell would be there. And right before the jump ball, he turned to Russell and said, "Remember back in 94? You're about to get your chance."
Did he do the step? Hold on, wait. Hold on, did he do the step? That man said, "Remember 2 years ago." This man remember, like, you know how people hold grudge, like, pretty much when it comes to dudes hold grudges until they fight it out, then they're pretty much over it. Women hold grudges, like when a woman holds a grudge, they never forget. This is Jordan. That's how Jordan act like this. Remember back 2 years ago, you're about to get your chance. But look, did he do the step where you run off before it go in?
What a move by
Almost. That man basically did the step.
And they love it here in Utah. Watch Michael's move. Watch this. Whoop. Where'd he go?
Dang. That man, he did that on purpose. He embarrassing them on purpose. He's not just trying to score.
Russell had a huge bullseye on his back as MJ made an effort to go after him every single time they played.
The last shot was on him in Jordan Bull's career. That's heartbreaking.
Later, Jordan could practically taste his 6th championship as he would
That's
get a
heartbreaking,
chance to
man.
take the lead after stripping the ball from Malone. And would you look at that, Michael couldn't ask for a better guy to guard him. Russell claimed that Jordan obviously pushed off. But at the end of the day, there was nothing he can do about it. Many years later, at the tail end of MJ's
they ain't no
Hall of Fame
push off.
speech, he talked a little bit about Brian Russell.
Still going at him.
Believe me, I relished on that point, and from this day forward, if I ever see him in shorts, I'm coming at him.
That's insanity, man. That what the one word he said that I really want to guard you. This is 20 years later. Think about this. This is like 20 years later, 30 years later. That man said, if I ever see him in shorts, I'm coming at him.
If I ever see him in shorts, I'm coming at him.
You talk about it.
And Russell took that as a challenge.
How's it going for you?
Good. Just making sure I stay in somewhat shape. And getting ready to call out MJ.
You and Michael on this court, you spot him 6, game 7, who wins? On this side.
I'll whoop his ass.
That's it.
Hands down.
Jordan might actually play him still. I still don't think it's over. He still might play him.
We've ever seen before.
He still might play you.
All over him and effortlessly made the All-Star team as a rookie. But what was supposed to be a special night for the young kid turned out to be
they
ruined
iced
by what is
them
now
out
known as the infamous freeze-out.
Yeah, they
It's been
froze
said
them
that
out.
allegedly, Isaiah Thomas came up with a plan to not pass Jordan the ball on purpose and convinced all the other players to do the same, which
That's
seemed
a crazy
have
thing to
actually
do.
worked, considering Jordan only scored 7 points for the whole night. Some people say that everyone was jealous by all the attention MJ was getting, and they found
He was a
him
rookie, I
very
think.
arrogant. And others say it was because MJ was more beloved in the city of Chicago than Isaiah was, who is a Chicago native. Either way, they did not want Jordan to be the star of the All-Star game. And it looked like Jordan
I wonder how
took
true
it
this
personal,
is.
because just 2 nights later, the Chicago Bulls' very first opponent after the All-Star break was the Detroit Pistons, and Michael absolutely went off, putting up 49 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists. And from
49
there on
and
out,
15.
Michael played possessed whenever he faced Detroit, forming a rivalry. But Jordan and the Bulls kept coming up short in the playoffs. They just couldn't seem to get past the Pistons until finally, in
did.
1991, they swept them, causing Isaiah and the rest of the team to walk off without.
That's one thing. You go from we can't beat them to now we sweep them. Dog, we're struggling, sweep. That's crazy.
And MJ took that as a slap to the face. And a few
Look
months
how he's
later,
staring at him.
Isaiah would learn to regret that decision. In the summer of 1991, the members of the USA
Dream
Basketball Committee
Team.
took note and remembered the unsportsmanlike move as
I'd be
and
sick.
decided to leave him off of the
Unless I got a
1992
gold medal
Olympic
later
team,
on.
now known as the Dream Team. At first, many were confused about that decision, but then it all started to make sense. Because it was rumored that Michael orchestrated the whole thing by saying
Mike said
that he
him or
would
me.
only play on the team if Isaiah was not on the team, getting
That
some
wasn't a
sweet
hard
revenge
pick.
with his own little freeze out. Alright guys, I know there are several more Michael Jordan.
That was a hard pick at all. Jordan, if you pick Isaiah, I'm not gonna be on the team. Shoot, we got them. It's all right, Mr. Jordan. We got a whole bunch of point guards we can choose from.
Revenge stories out there, but this
we didn't want them anyways.
So make sure to comment.
Look how
down
he's
below
staring
what
at
your
him.
favorite one
He should
was,
have
and
looked
don't
at him
forget
back.
to
You
like
can't.
and subscribe.
Nah.
Thanks for watching.
Look how he's staring. It's almost like he was staring at him because he cut in front of him, like in line. Well, that's it for the video. Jordan was a savage, man. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. So, what was I finna say? Follow all the socials, man. I'll catch you on the next one. I appreciate all y'all showing love on the channel, man. But until next time, D Blair's out. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.